So today we'll be talking about infusing role-play into biology. Infusion is integrating one aspect of a subject into another subject area in order to benefit multiple learning styles. Now biology is really text-heavy. There's a ton of reading, so infusing role-play can really simplify the language to make understanding the content easier.
So when you use roleplay in your classroom, there are many benefits to using it. So roleplay encourages students to create their own reality. So creativity is an important aspect of roleplay. By allowing students to create their own roleplay, they can envision the knowledge in their own way, master the knowledge through the roleplay, and then present that roleplay to the class. Roleplay also encourages group work. Group work helps to build teamwork skills, cooperation skills, and also helps students to collaborate their ideas together. Uh, uh, Roleplay also improves confidence in speaking skills, so it just helps them to develop better speaking skills and confidence in their speaking.
It also allows students to play to their strengths. For example, those that are interested in technology can really shine by using video editing programs or special effects. Those that have drama backgrounds can really own the stage, and those that like design can create their own props and costumes. Now, role-playing activities can be engaging, they can be fun, and to change a pace from just listening to your teacher talk or from reading the textbook. An example of when this technique can be used is during the cellular organelle unit. A group of 6 or so students can show the class how a cell works by having each individual act out the function of an organelle. You could have a couple of students acting as an assembly line, packaging up boxes and delivering them to places, and that would show how the ER, Golgi apparatus, and vesicles distribute proteins. To act as a mitochondria, you could have a person jumping around all hyper and energetic, delivering bread bowls to everyone. And to be a nucleus, you could have one person standing in the middle of everything, telling everyone what to do. And it's just a really fun way of learning about organelles. The issue with this method is that factual accuracy becomes key, as students will be presenting information to their peers. So you don't want someone mixing up some important terms and functions, such as the rough ER with the smooth ER, which is a common misconception, which is going to make students more confused than they did to begin off with.
Another roleplay that can be used in a biology class is when students are learning about the nervous system and when they're discussing action potentials. So in this roleplay, students would need to choose a fast runner from the class. The rest of the class would line up and have their arms outstretched so that they are able to touch hands. The idea is for the nerve cell to pass on an impulse from one to the next by touching the next person's hand, while the runner tries to beat them to the finish line. So pretty much here you have the class lined up here with their arms outstretched and their hands touching, and they would have to try and touch each other's hands all the way to the end while the runner tries to beat them to the other side. So, after a few practices of the roleplay, students can actually try to complete a round of this roleplay without making any mistakes and seeing if they fully understand the concepts. This roleplay will help students to understand that nerve cells can pass on messages quickly or quicker than an isolated movable cell because they are longer connected and have a fixed position. Another roleplay that can be used in biology is when students are discussing predator-prey relationships. So in this roleplay, students will be divided into two groups, one group of predators and one group of prey. Initially, there will be more prey than predators. The object of the roleplay is for predators to catch the prey by touching them on the shoulder, so pretty much like a tag game. When the prey is caught, they will be reincarnated as a predator. When the prey population begins to run out, we will need some of the predators to begin to die out since the food source is beginning to run low. Those predators that die out will reincarnate as prey. This increase and decrease of predator and prey populations show the relationships that each population has on each other. So, when predator populations increase, prey populations decrease. When predator populations decrease, the prey populations will increase. This roleplay will help students to understand the concept of population dynamics, specifically predator-prey relationships. While this is a good roleplay to use, and it's quite engaging and interactive for students to do, it can lead to some negative consequences. So, if the teacher does not keep order in the class, this activity can become pretty chaotic because some students may not follow the instructions of the roleplay and decide to fool around instead. The teacher should ultimately judge the maturity of the class before deciding to choose this activity to perform.
This method can play a huge role in language. First off, if students have a difficult time producing language through writing, they can show they know the content through their actions. If a student is shy or has difficulty with speech, then they can choose a non-speaking role. But either way, it's allowing students to display their knowledge without conventional forms of language production. Secondly, role-playing heavily reduces the amount of academic vocabulary words. Instead of reading something like the lysosomes are involved in the degradation of biomolecules using hydrolytic means, the person could indicate that they are a lysosome simply by using a squirt gun to tear up little pieces of paper. So it reduces the vocabulary, but still allows students to understand the concept. Here are references of articles that we used. We hope that you enjoyed our PD session and that you'll be integrating these techniques into your classroom one day. Thank you.